Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate it. It's Friday, and I'm on the other side of the counter making some sloppy joes. So, yeah, with whole wheat buns. So, I'm very excited about that, actually. Yeah, so that's what I got going on tonight. I might throw on a scary movie on the VHS player. I don't know, but regardless, I want to talk about EV chargers. And so, to give you guys a kind of perspective about some of the, real kind of plethora of experience that I speak from, at the time, the woman that I was with, she and I, she obtained an electric car, and I want to say 2014 ish. And so, we were one of nine registered owners of electric vehicles in the entire state of New Mexico. Now, to give you guys kind of a perspective, I think there's a million or so people, maybe a couple in the whole state, and being top 10 for a registration of for an electric vehicle is something that I'm sure all of my lovely stalking trolls will do. So once you verify and fact check that one, you get back to me. But nonetheless, I say this because, when we had the Leaf, right? And at that particular time, the Leaf was a revolutionary car. I mean, electric cars are nothing new. I mean, I think the first electric car came out in the 80s from Honda before it was quickly smashed by none other than Mr. Reagan himself, probably, or the George Herbert Walker guy. But regardless, I just, EV charge stations have always been a point of contention. So even just being one of nine registered people or cars in all of the state of New Mexico to have the EV, signification or whatever. And so we got the Leaf from CarMax, and it was shipped on over from Phoenix, of all places. But regardless, that electric car was really cool. And at the time, 10 years ago, there was just a handful of charging stations in all of the city of Albuquerque, and moreover, all throughout the state. And so you had to live in a place where there was a charge station, right? Although the Leaf, and cool thing about foreign electric cars is that you can just plug them into a regular socket, and it's called a drip charge, and this has been a part of my vocab for better than 10 years now. So I know what I'm talking about, at least as it concerns using electric vehicles. I know I don't even have a car right now, much less an EV or a Tesla or something cool, but regardless, I've spent a lot of time in them, and this was a long time ago before it was a thing. So I say this because being one of the nine people that had it, there was the very, very, very likelihood, very good likelihood that you'd run into one of the other eight families in all of New Mexico to have an EV, and so they'd often be at a EV charge station that was very popular here in Albuquerque before it's discontinued on Montgomery and San Mateo. And just so that you know, Montgomery and San Mateo is the highest trafficked intersection in the entire state of New Mexico. So more traffic goes through that intersection, and we know this because of aggregate data that shows all of where the most fatalities and car accidents occur, and that's actually catty corner on where Del Norte High School is, just to kind of give you guys some perspective if you're familiar at all with Albuquerque. But nonetheless, EV charge stations have been a thing. They've been around for longer than 10 years, and anytime we got to one, and it was right behind a Firehouse Subs, a Kiva Juice, all these places. We'd get there, and if there was somebody, there was two of them, and if they were both being occupied, you had to wait. And for most people, when you have to wait for 30 minutes, an hour in some cases for these cars to get fully charged, and keep in mind that if you opt to use the drip charge, which was a free service provided to us by Nissan, came with the car or whatever, so we had a certain amount of free charges that we could get to via unlocking it with our app and then on the point of sale system there on the little thing. So again, I know how to use electric vehicles, at least the ones that don't require special charges or special cords or anything. Again, that's a very American thing to do, to make a car so where you can only plug it in if you have something special, or you pay extra to get something so that you can convert it to the regular wattage that comes out of the wall or whatever. The leaves. Furthermore, not a lot of people talk about this in America, but most other places around the world, their electric cars they charge wirelessly. So the fact that there are still EV charge stations where there is concern or points of contention. So if you haven't seen the videos, they're all over the internet. But basically, people get really upset when they have to wait to get service for or to get a charge on their car. And sometimes people can get really upset because, oh well, I mean, if you've seen some of these videos, there's literally cars end to end for the foreseeable kind of area there, and it's stressful to drive an electric car and worry about like being stranded all while there's gas stations all around you, and then you kind of wonder what you're doing because you've opted to be clean or whatever as it concerns fossil fuels and stuff, but then like you're left out in the wind because there's literally nowhere to charge your car. And again, that's a problem. So the scaling of electric cars, has happened without an infrastructure, which I'm sure, people a lot smarter than me figured out decades ago. And that's probably why we hadn't seen electric cars here in this country for that very reason. Not because it was not possible, but just because people had made the decision not to provide that infrastructure. So without the infrastructure at EVs don't work if there's not any infrastructure. Point in fact, charge stations. So it's not like a gas station where you get in and you get out. And again, I encourage you guys to look this stuff up online because it really is impactful in that if you buy an electric car, you're going to be in the same situation. The situation of which is stressful, makes you question what you're doing and causes you a loss of time, which in any case, most people, if they're busy and have things going on, then that's a problem, right? Because time, takes away from when you can be making money and certain things like that. So I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I'm cutting this video a little bit short because I want to get back to the food. But until next time, be safe out there tonight. If you're going to drink, definitely get a designated driver. And again, thank you very much for watching my channel. I do really, really appreciate that. It means a lot. I kind of feel like I want to go the extra 2 minutes just because all of the videos are at least 10 minutes long. So let's see if I can push through this or not. Should we? No, I'm going to end the video. I hope that you guys have a really good night. I don't want my food to burn. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye.